Hello everyone, welcome to Senior Crafternoon. Today we're going to be making melt and pour candles. I'm going to go over everything you have in your kit. So you should have a ceramic mug, and this is what we're going to use to melt the candle wax in the microwave. You should have an empty jar. You should have a wick and these stickers, which we're going to use to stick the metal part of the wick to the jar. You should have a pencil. I have a wooden dowel just because that's what I have right by me here in the lab. You should have some candle wax, and then you have 2 scents. This one, the darker sort of yellowy one, is a coffee scent, and this one is vanilla. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare this jar by setting up the wick. So I'm going to peel away one of these dots and stick it to the bottom. And it's double-sided, so there's another little piece of paper to peel off. And then this is going to stick to the jar. Try to center it as best as you can. And this is hopefully going to help to keep the wick from moving around when we pour the wax. Now you're going to take your pencil and we're going to wrap the excess wick that's sticking up here out of the jar around the pencil. And just keep going until you get to the top of the jar. So this should rest on the jar in the center. And when you let it go, it may unravel a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got our jar ready. So now we're going to melt our wax. So you want to take your wax flakes and pour them directly into the mug. This is what we're going to be using to melt the wax in the microwave. So I'm going to take it over to the microwave. I'm going to microwave it for around 15 seconds. Check on it. I'm going to use this to kind of stir it up. And keep doing that for 15-second intervals until everything is melted. So my wax is finally melted. It took a minute and a half, so I put it in for 15 seconds, took it out, stirred it, and did that every 15 seconds until I got to a minute and a half. So now what we're going to do is add our scent. So I'm going to choose the coffee scent. I'm going to add a few drops. Whoops. Fish that out. I'm going to add a few drops. And see how strong that is. I can just barely smell it, so I'm going to put a few more drops. Now, how many drops you add is totally up to you and how strongly you want this scented. Add a couple more. Okay, now it's starting to smell like coffee to me. So now I'm going to wipe this off. And grab my jar. So we're going to want to wrap the excess wick around this so that hopefully the wick will stay in place when we pour our wax in. Okay, so I want it in the center. And remember, you have a pencil, so, but it's the same idea. Okay, now, whoops. Now we're going to pour, and you just want to be very careful because the wax is hot, so you don't want to burn yourself. Okay, so I've poured my candle, and it comes just to the very first ridge here on the jar, and you can see that this is not quite in the center, so I'm gonna move it. It's still stuck to the bottom, so that's good. so now we're going to wait until that solidifies, and then we're going to cut our wick. So once the wax has solidified, all you need to do is trim the wick, and then your candle will be ready to use. I hope you enjoyed the craft today. Next month we're going to be making clay dishes for Senior Crafternoon. Please check our calendar for more upcoming events, and remember that we're open for curbside if you need to pick up books as well. Bye!